All right, so Adam Green. So, yeah, right now you're owner of this beautiful, nice OSS skate shop, OSS
Thank you.
Board Supply,
Yeah.
and so we just restarted because I didn't plug correctly the mics. So what we talked about is that why he went to saint-sauveur here
Yeah.
and he was living in Montreal. And can you like repeat?
Yeah, essentially just I came here when I was when I was about 20 years old on a whim. Had to get a new board, and ended up riding for the local shop for a few years and working with them, and then eventually just moved back to the city.
Yeah.
But when I got a little bit older, like about 34, 35, mid 30s, I moved back up here because I was coming up here on the weekends just
And
to
right
relax.
now you're
And
38.
38, yeah,
Okay.
38. So I've been here for about 4 or 5 years now, and living a totally different life.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
Is that years ago you were a pro skater,
Yeah,
living the street
the
skate
pro
life.
skater life.
Yeah. And I feel like you felt a lot of kids fantasize about like being a pro skater and see like those street league dudes getting a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've lived the darker side a little bit of like the skate industry, and I feel also you've lived a big transformation not only with who you are as a person but what surrounds you.
Yeah.
And what do you have to say like more
Well, I mean,
about that?
first, like pro skater is a loose term, you know. Like I got
Yeah.
paid to skate in Canada, and the companies that I rode for were big companies and stuff like that. But I mean, I wasn't traveling the world on a regular basis like the guys are now. I had an opportunity to skate like with a lot of cool people and do a lot of cool things, but there, like you said, there can be a price tag, and I allowed myself to fall into that darker side of things. I actually liked it at one point. I actually really liked it. I was really into that culture, and over time, it just you lose a lot of things. Partying costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
It takes a toll on your body, and it also it surrounds you not necessarily with people who do care about you. And then you might end up hurting the ones that you do care about.
Of course.
So when I moved up here, it was kind of like I wasn't like, oh, I'm going straight edge. It wasn't anything like that, but it was like I'm done with this. Like I don't want to drink. Like, I don't even like the taste of booze. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to get drunk anymore. I want to do more with my time than just be a scumbag. And
Like-
for a long time, I liked being a scumbag.
No, I get it. Totally get it. Because when you're in it, you just feel like,
You're in it.
and it's hard to like you talk like it came in fast, but I'm sure it didn't. It wasn't that fast. It took us time
Yeah.
to just get out of this mentality and just partying all the time, getting
A lot of detachment, people that I spent every day with for 15 years, I see less and talk to them less, not because of the partying, but just because of the separation, like
Yeah.
from moving from the city to the country. It's like you don't see them every day.
yeah. Of course.
But I mean, I'm obviously still friends with all of those guys that I grew up skating with, but like I got to do my own thing too, Like I love those guys from the bottom of my heart. When I say those guys, I mean like like the Montreal skateboard scene.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that. But I have super amount of respect for everyone. Still answering my calls and stuff like that, because for a long time, I burnt a lot of bridges, and like they said, burn the candle on both ends. And
But when you say burn bridges, like I feel like you're still connected to a lot of like people that
I
are
was
kind
just
of big in the Montreal skate scene.
I was just very lucky, but I mean, like, a lot of people were tolerant with my behavior as, and didn't shun me. They allowed,
Yeah.
they didn't take it as a burnt bridge. They took it more as like
You're trying to get
Sig
better
is just
for
trying to
yourself and
change. Yeah, he's just
yeah.
trying to do his own thing. But obviously there are other people that you're closer to that it's harder for them to understand, and you're really just trying to do it for yourself. Like I was just trying to do it for myself. It wasn't to separate from them. It was to
For you.
it was for
Get
me.
better and just-
Well, yeah, I'm a little bit older than a lot of the people I hung around with as well.
Yeah.
So it was like it was a different time in my life. Whereas like like when I was even up until I was 30 years old, I was still living that life.
Yeah.
So and I don't want to be around. I don't want to be like a buzzkill for them either. I don't want to be the guy around when they see me and they're like, oh, yeah. They know and they see me, and sometimes I feel like just me being there makes them feel like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
And like they shouldn't, but at the same time,
It's
like
them.
they have to
tell them how to live
like
their life. They're gonna have to figure it
exactly.
out.
People have to do that. So there's it's like you don't want to step on anyone's toes, but they know that, like everyone who I'm talking about, they know I love them and I know they love me. So
some of the reasons I wanted to do this conversation with you was and again, thank you so much for like this.
Oh man, thank you guys. Surprised you're interested. Appreciate it.
Yeah, some of the reasons were, I mean, you're an OG from the Montreal scenes, and also what I respect a lot about you is that you found out that like this wasn't for you, and it wasn't, you wanted like better for yourself, and you were able to get out of this, even though like it must have been like, cause you went through addiction.
Yeah.
And can you like talk more about it, like?
Well, I mean, it kind of comes with the culture of skateboarding at that time, like the guys that we looked up to, we were street skateboarders that were 2-3 years older than me, they weren't very much older. Like Andrew Reynolds is probably like 43, 44.
Andrew Reynolds also someone I respect a lot. Just this
watching them do their thing, we were influenced that way. So I felt in a lot of ways that I had to be partying and I had to be using because it was part of the persona of this is what a skateboarder does, yeah. But getting older now, you realize that it's useless. It's totally useless, I mean, imagine if you're chilling with your friends and the cops come and you're just partying and you all go to jail, and it's over, or whatever, something like that, or someone takes too much and dies, like you don't want to see that. Actually, like I've seen people get hurt at parties and stuff like that, where it's because of substance abuse and all that. But I really lived that way too, and I'm glad that I don't anymore. It was an easy decision to make at the time I made that decision. Prior to that, it was impossible to make.
Yeah.
You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
But I feel like it didn't come like in an instant. Like I need to get off this. I mean,
no.
I feel like it took time, but you didn't want to accept it and like.
Well, I mean, you love it, right? And
Exactly.
And with the way things exploded, social media and all that stuff, like everyone, like getting huge recognition and visibility based on these jokes that we've been doing for years and stuff like that. It was different, but it makes me happy to see that the people are interested in what I was interested in when I was younger, and that the kids that I grew up with are putting out their own version of all that. I think it's a super, super cool thing. If I was younger and stupider, maybe I would get jealous at times or upset, but I don't have any more energy for that, man. I'm so proud of them, like, and what everyone's doing and how they're doing it. Everyone's learning. So, I'm running a skate shop, and I've run other people's skate shop, but never my own. So it's everyone's learning. Everything changes. You don't need to do drugs.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's about skateboard.
Okay. That's better.
Yeah. So I wanted to know who influenced you growing up for your skate style.
For my style, I don't know who I skate. Like Reynolds frontside flips, like everyone wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Kick flip like Tom Penny, and frontside flip like Reynolds.
Reynolds changed the frontside flip because I feel like
that's like his
like 90s. It was really like
through the legs.
Yeah. Muska flip.
First time I ever filmed anything in my life was to see if a frontside flip went through the legs or not.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't, it sucked. No. I just wanted to make sure that it was through the legs. Like all that crew. But Ed Dumbleton, like he was like a huge influence on me as far as like a person and a skateboarder goes. I still sell like his stuff here, and he does Toy Machine. He's the owner of Toy Machine. Yeah, and he was like, I could just print this on a T-shirt. Like everything came from that. Like wanting to do skate stuff and art and all that came through Ed.
I was looking at old like
performance. Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of little arts in the videos that are I feel like I don't know if you made them.
Yeah.
Or inspired you through like the.
Oh yeah.
Pick one of the.
Ed Dumbleton, Mark Gonzalez, like I was fully biting them, like
Yeah, I see
loving
everyone
it.
for like your OSS shirts, the little like
Bonhommes.
the love one, just like the right here.
Yeah.
Those little characters where you can see the resemblance of those videos.
Yeah. It was me that was doing that stuff then. I had a good run with Performance. They helped me out a lot, and they hooked up a lot of the main players now, like so many random people have ridden for that because of the connection we had. Influence was really like mainly at Dumbleton and Jeff Rowley, all those guys.
And what brand do you relate the most? What team?
Today, well, I rode for Antihero for like 13 or like 15 years. Antihero?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a long time in Canada, and like I really identified with them. But I really feel with what Baker's doing, how they're all kind of like the same, a little bit older than me or the same age, and all living a new lifestyle. I'm not living like the perfect lifestyle. I wouldn't say I'm healthy living yet. I'm trying to.
What is a perfect lifestyle?
Yeah, that's it exactly. But I mean, I like how like they have kids now and they're seeing a different light. I mean, the brand image looks the same, but that those guys are all legit. They're not shooting smack or anything like that.
And what do you love the most about the Montreal Skeet scene today?
Well, I mean, I'm not there as much,
Yes.
but I mean, I think, like I said earlier, I just find it so amazing how far all of them have come. Like, I find it incredible. I mean, I never would have thought. I remember being at the first Dime video, and we didn't know if people were going to come or not. We had no idea. So I think it's incredible what they've done and what everyone in Montreal, like how they put Montreal on the map, and Vans having their office there too has, it made a huge difference in the scene. And
they made the Montreal skate scene explode.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. They did a great job, and now you have Classic Grit, which is coming out of there, and you have Marathon Brand, which is coming out of there, and Studio, which is coming out of there, and then it's like a fountain. It's like a New York, but in Canada. Like it's like
literally.
French New York.
French New York. Yeah, exactly. So it's I just think it's amazing what they've done, and I'm super proud of all of them.
Something I wanted to get into is like, for a young skateboarder of whatever age who'd want to get pro, like his dream is like being a pro skater, and he like idolized this kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
What would you say to that kid? Like,
Move to California.
move to California, yeah?
What the hell are you doing here?
You really like.
I could tell you you're good, but it's not gonna matter. Yeah.
It's real. But we were talking about how like just Dime made Montreal skate scene explode.
Yeah.
Do you really think let's say like 5 years from now?
Yeah.
You really think you'd have to be in California?
No. But I mean, if you want to be
Even today, it's sure like California is like where you want to be if you want to be pro, but.
Well, that's where it is, right? Like that's where most of the companies are. So it's kind of like that's where you go. That's the industry part of it. So if you go to a trade show in California, the pro skater, you go to. They're there. Yeah, exactly. And it's gonna be a little bit harder if you're going to Peace Park every day to get noticed by the deluxe team manager. Like he's not at Peace Park every day, but he's at a park in San Francisco every day. So I would definitely say like Stevie Williams, he like took a bus from Philly and slept at the spots. Like you got to make it happen, for sure. I mean, I never did that. Like I never pursued it to that extent, and I don't know if I could have, but a lot of people I know that's the hard part for them, is detaching from their homes and moving out there. I feel like that's like the first. That's like you're there to do it. It's like the lady that moves to LA to become a famous actress. Yeah. She's not doing it from Kansas. She's doing it from there. Yeah. So I would say that go out there, but it's not what's important. If that's what you're into and you want to be sponsored and all that stuff, then.
And we're talking
go for it.
Like about the skate industry and just its relation to like alcohol, drugs. Yeah. What would you tell that kid to like?
Try and stay away from it if you can. I mean, you're not missing out on anything, that's for sure. Nothing important. You know, and you'll have a lot more money at the end of it all, you know. Stay away from it, that's what I would say. You know, I mean, you can go to the party, but just leave early and don't get wasted, you know. But if you get wasted, be careful. You know, if you're gonna do that type of stuff, just be careful. Surround yourself with people that you trust and try not to fall into that bad crowd, you know. Which usually doesn't have anything to do with skateboarding. It's more the cities that will do that to you than skateboarding, that's for sure.
Yeah, another question about skateboard.
Yeah.
What is your favorite spot in Montreal? What is the most beautiful spot you've ever seen in Quebec or Montreal?
There's a lot, you know, obviously Peace Park and Parc La Fontaine, we skated there a lot. Barrie Park for a long time, like Parc Barrie, Square Barrie. One I liked is, it's so stupid, it's like St. Catherine, like right across the street from Musique Plus.
Oh, yeah.
There's it's called like Hotel Jésus, it's like a big church with all these banks in the back.
I don't know who I saw did a trick there. It wasn't.
A lot of people,
video.
a lot of people. I used to love
Early
skating there.
2000s, I think it was.
I know Hugo and a couple other guys. I got a couple tricks there.
Wasn't Hugo, but
Yeah, I like skating there. Kevin Lowry had a trick there. A couple people there. I like that spot. I don't know why. I just did. I like skating there. But I mean, there's tons. You know, obviously Peace and Park Laugh and Barrie were amazing.
And what is the most beautiful country you skated in?
I've only been to Canada and the United States. So
really?
Canada.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Like,
Yeah.
He lived a pro skater
Yeah.
life where he didn't.
I
Like,
wasn't like Tony Hawk.
Oh, okay. It was
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's in Ghanaian going to
No,
France
no.
to shoot.
No, I know that you know, now people are talking about doing that, and Dime is traveling in places like that. But I'm a little bit older than that. I'm not doing it as much, and they're doing a better job anyways. The kids skating.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
What is? Because I feel like if you skate,
Yeah.
you want to make money in that part. Like the dreams are like either to go pro, film skateboarding,
Yeah.
or have your own skate shop.
Yeah,
What is like?
yeah,
How does it feel like just having your own? This is because this is yours.
yeah. This is mine.
The shirts you make, this is your own art. This is your own brand, and
Yeah.
that's what I. This is why OSS is officially like my favorite Canadian skate shop. And
I
it's 'cause
appreciate that.
what you pick is brands that you have a connection with. Like
That's
you
what- yeah.
like,
I-
like,
that I-
feel like
that I
everything
know.
That's in there is a part of you. kind
Yeah, and it is, and I take it like that. Like when I sell someone like a product, like I sell it with them, like saying like, would I want this product? You know,
Yeah.
like if I wrote a size 8 1/4, would I want this brand? Would I want this board?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do exactly that. I like to sell people who I know stuff, you know, because it's like, it's cool. Like they're nice. The Dime stuff is amazing. I love selling it. The classic stuff, I love selling it. Even like Skate Mafia, those guys are so nice. I love selling their stuff. It's like, these guys are the best, you know,
Yeah.
like ride their stuff, you know. So I really do enjoy selling people that I have a connection with. I find it makes a lot more
'cause
sense.
With Dime, you have this kind of exclusivity that because you know them.
Yeah.
Not a lot of shops sell Dime like you do.
Yeah.
I remember like a lot of time I want to buy Dime stuff. You're gonna wait 2 days and it's gonna be all sell out on the
Yeah.
site. So I wait like 2 weeks and I know OSS is gonna have them.
Yeah, exactly. That helps a lot. Before they opened up their store, there was a lot more accounts open in Quebec. But when they opened it, I think they cut it down quite a bit. But you can get it at Palm Isle as well, on the South Shore, and those guys are awesome too. Ollie, and they were all there. We were all together back, 15, 20 years ago. We were all together, skating, and doing stupid contests and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it makes the best. It's so easy to be like, oh, hey, I got an idea, or like, you guys want to come down and skate this event, or you guys, like it's cool that that everyone stays in contact and works together still. Like, it just makes sense to sell their products.
Yeah.
What I back? Why would I sell something that's worth nothing? If I didn't back it. Otherwise, I'd sell houses if otherwise. Because this is, yes, there's a lot of money to make in a skate shop and all that, but it's just like any other business. It has its ups, its downs, its problems, its pros. Like it's, working with Dimes like brand like Dime is great because you have that connection, but then you're expected to sell Nike and then there's no connection. And it's just like,
Mainstream.
it's like Nazi boot camp. It's like It's like, here's the payroll department. Like, if you pay them one day on, you know, like it's psychotic, and it's like districts. It's totally different. It's.
And if you have one message to give to all the kids that want to make an impact on the Montreal skate scene, what is like a message that can
Be yourself. Be yourself. Stop trying to impress someone else. You know, like the hell are you?
skate it and destroy it?
It doesn't really matter what other people think. You know, if you don't respect yourself and others, then
It's not gonna work.
well, I might. You know, I don't know. Maybe if you're that cool, I don't know.
It
But
could, but it's not what you want to do. You just want
not
to do
Montreal.
you and just.
It's not Montreal.
well, I guaranteed if Montreal tried to become the cool guy scene, that wouldn't have worked. You know, I think it's just like you just have to let people be themselves and, you know, don't follow the pack.
All right. Well, thank you. That was a great.
My pleasure.
Great time, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Long distance shake.
Long distance.